My parents refused to pay a single dollar for my college. But today they expect me to fund my sister's $62,000 wedding like I'm their personal bank. My mom dropped the wedding budget in front of me like it was my duty. My dad didn't even look at my face. He just said, "You'll handle this." And my sister? She smiled like she had already won. Before I go deeper, make sure you share this story and subscribe. Your support keeps these stories alive. I kept staring at that number, 62,000, a ballroom, a designer gown, a luxury honeymoon. All for a sister who never lifted a finger in her life. All from parents who couldn't even give me bus money when I begged for help during college. My mom leaned back. "Chloe, you're doing well now. It's your turn to give back. Give back. To people who watched me struggle every day and called it tough love." I worked nights, studied alone, paid my own rent, lived off cheap meals, while they told family friends I wasn't smart enough for college. Emily flipped her hair. "Chloe, don't act broke. You know you can afford it." That sentence cut straight through me, not because it was insulting, but because she had no idea how wrong and how right she was at the same time. Over the years, while they ignored me, I built something quietly, patiently, without telling a soul. And they still thought I was living on a basic paycheck. I looked at them, all three waiting for me to say yes. To bend, to obey, to play the role I used to play, the girl with no power. My dad pushed the budget closer. "We sacrificed a lot for you, Chloe. Don't embarrass us now." Sacrificed? For me? I wanted to laugh, scream, and walk out at the same time. Instead, I kept my voice calm. "Why me? Why not split it?" Emily rolled her eyes. "Because you're the only one who can afford it. Stop making this difficult." They didn't know what I had. They didn't know how far I'd come. They didn't know I wasn't the same girl they left alone years ago. I stood up slowly. Their faces tightened. My heartbeat didn't shake. For the first time, I felt stronger than all of them combined. I placed the folded wedding budget back on the table and whispered, "If I say what I need to say, you won't forget it, ever." Right then, my phone buzzed. My dad glanced at the screen out of habit, and when he saw the number on that notification, his eyes widened like he had seen a ghost. My dad froze, his eyes locked on my phone like he couldn't believe what he saw. Emily leaned forward. "Dad? What happened?" He didn't answer. His jaw simply clenched, and he sat back like the chair had suddenly become too small for him. I picked up my phone, glanced at the notification, and slid it into my pocket. Calm, steady, almost bored. But inside the room, the energy shifted. For the first time in my life, they felt small. And I didn't. My mom narrowed her eyes. "Chloe, what was that?" Her voice wasn't confident anymore. It sounded like someone who suddenly realized the ground under her feet might not be as solid as she thought. Emily scoffed. "Oh, please. Probably some paycheck or stupid bonus." But even she didn't sound convinced. Her words trembled. I took a breath. "So, you want me to pay for your wedding, right? The whole thing?" Emily nodded fast. Too fast. "Obviously. And you should be grateful. At least you get to do something special for me." Grateful. That word again. The same word she used whenever she wanted something. My parents exchanged a quick look. The same look they used when they planned things behind my back. My dad forward. "Chloe, you never told us your job paid that well." There it was. The curiosity. The fear. The first crack in their confidence. I sat down again, slowly. "I didn't tell you," I said softly. "Because you never asked." My mom's voice cracked. "Chloe, we always cared." I raised an eyebrow. "When? During which year?" "When I walked miles because you wouldn't give me gas money? When I studied at night while Emily laughed at me for being a nobody? Or when you refused to help me with college because you said I wasn't worth investing in?" None of them spoke. The silence was louder than any apology they never gave. Emily's voice shook. "Chloe, just pay for the wedding. This is getting ridiculous." I leaned toward her. "You still think I'm the same girl you used to mock, don't you?" Her face fell. My mom swallowed hard. My dad's fingers tightened around the table edge. opened my bag slowly, each movement heavy with tension, and took out a thin folder. Single sheet of paper slid halfway out, their eyes locked onto it like magnets. Emily whispered, "What? What is that?" I smiled slightly. "Proof," I said. "Proof that your entire opinion of me is about to fall apart." My dad inhaled sharply. "Chloe, what do you mean?" I pushed the paper toward them, not fully, just enough to torture their curiosity, and as their hands reached for it, I pulled it back. Their faces drained at the same time. "Before I show you," I whispered, "answer one question honestly." I looked at each of them one by one. "If I wasn't useful to you today, would you even have invited me here?" The room shook with silence. My question hit them harder than anything I'd said all night. Emily's lips parted, but no sound came out. My mom blinked fast, like she needed time to invent a lie. My dad, he didn't even bother pretending. He looked away. That was my answer. I leaned back in my chair, letting the truth sit in the center of the room like a fire none of them wanted to get close to. "So," I said quietly, "you only needed me because you thought I had money." Emily slammed her hand on the table. "Stop twisting things. You're my sister. Sisters help each other." I stared straight at her. Sisters don't laugh when the other one sleeps on the floor because she can't afford furniture. That shut her up fast. My mom reached across the table, her voice suddenly soft. "Too soft? Chloe, honey, we didn't know you were struggling." I smiled, not kindly. "You didn't ask. You never asked." My dad cleared his throat, trying to pull back control. "Enough. Show us that paper." His tone was sharp, but his hands were shaking. I held the folder in my lap, tapping one finger on the edge. "You really want to see it?" They nodded. Double quotes. "Fine," I said, opening the folder slowly. They leaned in, hungry, desperate, confused. Inside, there were three things: a bank statement, a contract, and a letter with a gold seal. My mom gasped the second she saw the top line of the contract. My dad's eyes narrowed, reading every word like he couldn't believe it was real. Emily clutched her necklace. I let them read in silence, just long enough for panic to replace their pride. Finally, my dad spoke, his voice cracking. "For the first time in my entire life, Chloe, you built this?" I nodded. Emily leaned forward, her voice small now. "Wait, this means you're..." "Yes," I cut in. "It means I'm not the broke girl you ignored. It means I'm not the weak one you pushed aside. And it means I don't owe any of you anything." My mom tried to smile. "Sweetheart, we're proud of you." I laughed once. A sharp, cold laugh. "Proud? 5 minutes ago you were calling me difficult and telling me to pay for a wedding I wasn't even invited to help plan." Emily swallowed. "Chloe, please just pay for it. I can't cancel my venue. People will talk." "People?" I whispered. "That's what scares you." Emily's eyes filled with panic. "Please, don't ruin this for me." I stood up, folder in hand. "You ruined it yourself when you assumed I'd bow down." I turned toward the door but stopped halfway. "Actually," I said, glancing back at them, "I haven't told you the biggest part yet." My dad's head snapped up. "What bigger part?" I held up the gold-sealed letter. "This," I said softly, "changes everything for all of us." Their faces dropped at the same time. My dad's breath hitched when he saw the gold seal again, like he already knew whatever was inside that letter wasn't normal. Emily stepped closer, almost whispering, "Chloe, what is that?" Her voice didn't have attitude anymore. Just fear. I turned the letter slowly, letting the light hit the embossed stamp. "This," I said, "is the reason I'm not the same Chloe you used to talk down to." My mom moved toward me. "Chloe, honey, please don't play games. What's in it?" I raised an eyebrow. "I'm not playing. For once in my life, you are the ones waiting for answers." I broke the seal. They all leaned in like the next words might decide their future. I unfolded the letter, took a breath, and read the first line out loud. "Congratulations, Chloe. Your company has been selected for a multi-year federal contract. Valued at..." And then I stopped. Emily grabbed my arm. "Valued at what?" I lifted my eyes slowly and met hers. "A number," I said. That makes your $62,000 wedding look like pocket change. My dad's legs shook as he stood. Chloe, tell us the amount. His voice wasn't angry anymore, it was scared, almost pleading. I handed him the letter. He snatched it, unfolded it fully, and the moment he read the number, his knees almost buckled. My mom covered her mouth. Emily's jaw dropped so wide she looked frozen. I watched their reactions without saying a word. My dad whispered the number like he couldn't believe his own voice. Chloe, this contract is... this is millions. Emily staggered back. No, this can't be real. You can't be this successful. I didn't even look at her. I worked for it. Alone. While you laughed. My mom tried to take the letter from my dad. Millions, Chloe. Why didn't you tell us? Because, I said, you would only care if I was useful. And today? Proves I was right. Emily's eyes filled with tears, but not the sad kind. The desperate kind. The kind that appear when someone realizes they just lost control over the person they underestimated. She walked toward me fast. Chloe, please. Just pay for the wedding. You're rich now. You have to help your family. I stepped back. No, Emily, I don't have to do anything. My dad tried to regain control. Listen, Chloe, let's sit and talk this out. We're family. We can work something out. I tilted my head. Work something out? You mean, now that you know I'm successful, you suddenly want to negotiate? Silence. I reached for the contract inside the folder. The one they didn't read yet. The room tensed again. This one. I said, holding it up is the part you didn't see. My mom's voice cracked. Chloe, please don't say there's more. Oh, there's more. Emily stepped back, shaking her head slowly. Chloe, what is that? I walked to the center of the room, holding the contract between two fingers. This, I whispered, is the part that decides exactly what happens next. For all of us. Their eyes widened. Their breath stopped. My family stared at the contract in my hand like it was a bomb. Emily looked terrified. My mom looked confused, and my dad? He looked like a man who just realized the child he underestimated had outgrown him completely. I let the silence stretch before I spoke. This contract, I said calmly, isn't about money, it's about ownership. My mom's voice trembled. Ownership? Of what? I placed the contract gently on the table, right on top of the wedding budget they tried forcing on me. Emily, I said, turning to her, remember complaining last month that your fiance's family wanted the wedding at their country club? She nodded nervously. And remember when you said they didn't treat you with respect and wouldn't give you the perfect date you wanted? She swallowed. Yeah, what about it? I tapped the contract. That country club. The one they wouldn't give you a discount on. The one their family keeps bragging about. The place where you desperately want your wedding. I paused. I bought it. The room exploded. Emily screamed, "You're lying." My mom gasped so loud she had to hold the table. My dad clutched the contract and flipped through the pages like he was searching for a loophole. But the logo was right there. My signature was right there. The closing date, last week, was right there. I didn't just buy the country club. I continued. I bought the entire property group your fiance's family has been bragging about for years. I own the venue. I own the schedule. I own every event booked for the next 3 years. Emily's face collapsed into pure panic. Chloe, please tell me you're not serious. I stepped closer, not angry, not emotional, just finally free. You threw me out of your room the night I cried over college tuition. You laughed when I worked double shifts. You told everyone I'd never make it. You all did. My mom tried to interrupt, but I raised my hand. It's okay. I don't need apologies anymore. I outgrew the version of me that begged for your love. Emily wiped her tears. Then, can I at least get my wedding date, please? I looked her dead in the eyes. You can book it, I said softly. Her face lit up. After you fill out the form like every other bride, pay the full price upfront, and wait for availability. Her smile died instantly. My dad stepped forward, furious. Chloe, she's your sister. You can't... I cut him off. You're right. I can't, not after the way you all treated me, not after the years. You dismissed me, not after you tried to use me today. I grabbed the wedding budget, crumpled it in my hand, and dropped it in the trash can. My money is not your backup plan. My success is not your trophy, and my life is not your investment. I walked to the door. They watched me. Silent, stunned, powerless. Before leaving, I turned back one last time. You refused to help me when I needed you the most. Today I'm returning the favor. I opened the door. Oh, and one more thing, I added with a small smile. When people ask why Emily couldn't book her dream venue, don't worry, I won't tell them the truth. The door closed behind me, and for the first time in my life, I walked away stronger than every single one of them.